Shopping at Sainsbury's today is scanning your own shopping, bagging your own food, and a camera filming you while you do it. What felt like a friendly supermarket 15 years ago has quietly turned into a ghost town. No one sitting at the tills, no butcher to cut your meat, and no one on the fish counter. In January 2025, the shop where the workers used to know your name let go of 3,000 staff members. Then, a few weeks later, announced its first ever £1 billion year in retail profit. Those people they let go were the exact people who made going to the supermarket feel like an experience. Now they're gone, you've been turned into an unpaid cashier, and the company gloats about a record year of profit. But being ignored and made to work for free is the least of it. Because this is a shop that now treats its own loyal customers like criminals. One of them, a man who'd done absolutely nothing wrong, was surrounded by staff and marched out of his own Sainsbury's like a thief in front of everyone. Once you hear why it happened, it will change how you feel about walking through Sainsbury's front doors again. In this video, we're going to reveal 8 things about Sainsbury's you should be fully aware of before your next shop. And trust me, the last one is going to boil your blood. Quick one before we go on. Hyping a video is the single strongest signal you can send YouTube to put this in front of more shoppers. If you think people should see what their supermarkets quietly become, give it a tap. Number 8. When did you start working for Sainsbury's for free? Every staff till that's vanished has been replaced by a machine, and you're the one operating it. You scan it, you weigh it, you bag it, you fix it when it throws a fit and demands you remove the unexpected item from the bagging area. You are doing the job a paid member of staff used to do, and you're doing it for nothing. And it's getting worse. Sainsbury's has been trialling giant conveyor belt self-checkouts, the big ones built for a full trolley shop. So even your weekly shop gets pushed onto you. They'll promise you at least one manned till per store, as if that's a kindness. And here's the tell. Asda is spending £30 million putting more staff back on its tills. Morrison's, whose own boss admitted they'd gone a bit too far with self-checkout, is ripping the machines back out and putting people there instead. The rest of the industry is quietly reversing. Sainsbury's is going the other way. You didn't sign up to be an employee, you just wanted to buy your dinner. Number 7, and you're not even saving money for it. Here's what would be funny if it wasn't your money. You've given up the staff, the counters, the service. You'd think, at the very least, the shop would be cheap. It isn't. In June this year, the consumer group Which priced the same basket of shopping across every major supermarket. Sainsbury's came 5th, and even after you'd loaded up the Nectar card and taken every discount going, that basket cost around £30 more than the exact same shop in Aldi. £30. Without the card, nearer 40. So you're serving yourself, you're being filmed doing it, and you're still paying a premium for the privilege. You handed over the human shop, and you didn't even get a cheaper one in return. Number 6. Your loyalty card isn't a reward, it's a trade. Those Nectar prices, the little yellow tickets, the points, it's dressed up as Sainsbury's rewarding you for being loyal. Turn it around. Sainsbury's runs an entire business called Nectar 360, built on what your shopping reveals about you, and it sells that insight to more than 900 other companies, from advertisers to some of the biggest brands in the country. Every swipe of that card teaches them what you buy, when, how much, and what you'll fall for. And here's the bit they don't say out loud. More and more, the best prices in the shop are locked. You only get them if you hand the data over. Not a member, you pay more. So it isn't loyalty they're rewarding. It's surrender. The card in your pocket isn't a gift. It's the price of admission, and the currency is you. Number 5. The camera that watches you scan. Remember that camera over your shoulder at the self-checkout? It isn't just filming for the record. Sainsbury's has fitted its self-checkouts with what have been called VAR-style cameras, the same idea as the football replays, that watch your hands as you scan. Miss an item, or the machine thinks you did, and it freezes and plays the footage back to you on the screen, right there in the queue, like a suspect being shown the evidence. You're buying a loaf of bread and a pint of milk, and a computer is reviewing the tape to decide whether you're honest. Nobody watched you like that when there was a person on the till. They trusted you. The machine doesn't. Number 4. Locked in until you prove yourself, and it goes further than the cameras. In some Sainsbury's, there are gates at the self-checkout. Actual barriers that stay shut and won't let you leave until you scan your receipt to prove you paid. Shoppers have described exactly how it feels, like being treated as a thief on the way out of a shop you've just spent your money in. And if you only nipped in and bought nothing. You can find yourself penned in, waiting for a member of staff to come and let you out in the shop you've used for 20 years. The company will tell you it's only in a small number of stores. It won't tell you how many. A gate that assumes you're guilty until a barcode proves you innocent. In your Sainsbury's. Number 3. The thing they weren't watching. So they'll put a camera on you, a gate behind you, and a computer on your hands, all to make sure you don't walk off with a chicken. Let me tell you what all that watching missed. In September 2025, Sainsbury's had to pull 2 of its own brand hummus tubs off the shelves, the classic and the lemon and coriander, because they might contain a strain of E. coli. Not just any E. coli. The Food Standards Agency, the government's own food safety watchdog, warns that this particular strain can cause kidney failure and, in the worst cases, can kill you. Their own name on a tub of the exact lunch millions of people spoon straight out of the pot. And it wasn't a one-off. That same watchdog has pulled a run of Sainsbury's own label food off the shelves, including, and I want you to sit with this one, a product from the Free From range. The dairy-free shelf, the one an allergy sufferer is told is the safe one, recalled because it had milk in it. So think about where the cameras are pointed. They're trained on you at the till in case you're a thief. They were not trained on the shelf that could have put your family in hospital. They are watching the wrong people. Number 2. A private company is holding your face. This is the one that should worry you most, and almost nobody realizes it's happening. Sainsbury's is rolling out live facial recognition at the door, cameras that scan the face of every single person who walks in and check it against a watch list. It started in 55 stores. The plan is around 200. But here's the part that matters. That watch list isn't run by Sainsbury's, and it isn't run by the police. It's run by a private company most people have never heard of, called FaceWatch. And your face can be added to a blacklist, shared between shops, with no criminal conviction, no court, and no judge. Just someone deciding you're a risk. And this isn't hypothetical. The data regulator has already found FaceWatch broke data protection law back in 2023 over its use in another chain's shops, and then let it carry on. As the privacy campaigners at Big Brother Watch put it, innocent shoppers shouldn't have to submit to Orwellian identity checks just to buy a loaf of bread. A private firm quietly building a face database of British shoppers, deciding who's guilty, and you never agreed to any of it. And number 1, the one I asked you not to skip for. His name is Warren Raja. 42 years old, a loyal Sainsbury's customer doing nothing but his shopping in the Elephant and Castle store in London. And he was surrounded by staff and marched out of the shop in front of everyone, treated like a thief. He had stolen nothing. Now Sainsbury's says its facial recognition didn't misidentify him, that it was staff who approached the wrong man. But sit with what that means either way. An innocent shopper, publicly humiliated in his local supermarket. And to clear his name, to prove he wasn't the person they were after, he had to send that private company, FaceWatch, a photograph of himself and a copy of his passport. Read that back. An innocent man handing his passport to a company he'd never heard of just to prove he was allowed to buy his own groceries. Sainsbury's said, sorry, and offered him a £75 voucher. This is what the shop that used to know your name has become. It doesn't greet you, it watches you. And if it decides you're a problem, being innocent might not be enough. If this was worth your time, like it, subscribe, and tell me in the comments which supermarket we should pull apart next. Your suggestions decide what we investigate. Keep your eyes open, watch who's watching you, and never settle for less than you and your family deserve.